of speech delivery. To be an effective speaker, one must not only have a speech content but also a good delivery in order to reach the audience. A good delivery means that we are capable of communicating our confidence and preparedness to our audience by presenting a clear and coherent message in an interesting way. There are two types of speech according to purpose. Number 1 is informative speech. An informative speech provides the audience with a clear understanding of a concept or idea. Its goal is to help the audience members acquire information that they did not have. The lectures of the teachers are the best examples of this type. Number 2 is persuasive speech. A persuasive speech means to persuade or seek to provide the audience with favorable or acceptable ideas that can influence their own ideas and decisions. It can be distinguished from an informative speech by the fact that it includes a call for action for the audience to make some change in their behavior or thinking. The campaign speeches of the running candidates for the government post is an example of this type. Number 3 is entertainment speech. An entertainment speech seeks to amuse the audience, whereas informative and persuasive speech is focused on the end result of the speech process. Entertainment speech is focused on the theme and the occasion of the speech. Its fundamental goal is audience enjoyment. An example would be the humorous speeches of comedians and performers. For the next reporter, let us call on Ate Dash.
And now, let us have the different types of speech according to delivery. First we have on the list is extemporaneous speech. It is the most popular type of speech according to delivery. We are guided by notes or outlines, and this speech is delivered with limited preparation. And we also deliver this speech conversationally. And next, we have impromptu speech. So Dash, what is impromptu speech? So, an impromptu speech, this is what we call the unrehearsed speech. So we deliver this speech without advanced preparations. This type of speech is spoken conversationally as well. One of its advantages is that we are more spontaneous and or a natural way of speaking. Third on our list is the manuscript. This type of speech is what we call the planned and rehearsed speech. It is speaking with an advanced preparation and reading aloud a written message. One of its examples is reading the rules and criteria in a contest. Last but not the least, we have the memorized type of speech. This type of speech is the speaking with advanced preparation, and this type of speech is planned and rehearsed as well. It is where we recite a written message word for word from our memory. One of the best examples of this type of speech is the oration and declamation. And now, may we call on MICAH BAGNOL to explain to us the proper delivery for different situations. Take it away, Mika.
Thank you, Dash. Now, public speaking does not only occur at an auditorium or classroom. You should know that this happens in various situations. Here are 5 of them. Speaking to a specific audience size. This situation can be intimidating, since the audience may seem countable, or maybe at an instance, some people you know. But tip, just keep practicing and maybe know some things about your audience. Second, speaking in an open-air venue or outside a building, like a court or a football field. Well, in this case, there are more barriers and you have to adjust your voice projection. You have to be louder and clearer. Third, speaking in different venues. Well, aren't we explaining this one already? Well, this one means speaking in venues that have different environments and sizes. The good thing about this is that we get to be exposed in different possible places for public speaking. Well, tip, know the place ahead and adjust your speech style. Number 4, speaking with a microphone. Wait. Now, with the help of the microphone, you don't have to adjust your speaking volume and you can easily catch the attention of your audience. Number 5. Speaking with a podium or lectern. A podium or lectern is a desk with a slanted top. You can have a script or notes that you can place on your lectern and hide your nervousness. But don't forget to stand straight and use gestures to look more confident. Now let us proceed to our next topic, which is the main topic, the principles of speech delivery. There are 5 principles of speech delivery. We have articulation, modulation, stage presence, facial expression, gestures and movement, and lastly, audience rapport. To start, we have the first principle, articulation. To be articulate means to express clearly and fluently. Word choice and grammatical correctness are necessary, but articulateness is what effectively transmits the message of the speaker. It is important to speak with clear diction and know how to pronounce unfamiliar and familiar words correctly, so the audience will get and understand the message of the speaker.
Our second principle of speech delivery is the modulation. We have to make sure to sound calm and confident when speaking. There are pleasant and unpleasant voices. Obviously, the audience would be more attentive with the pleasant voice. People like to listen to voices that are well modulated, meaning the capability to adjust and manipulate the resonance and timbre of the vocal tone. A microphone even requires more modulation, but with or without a microphone, voices should not bombard our eardrums. If the speaker's voice is modulated, listeners will surely pay attention.
Stage presence. It is the ability to own the stage, of the speaker being able to fill the space and project his or her personality to the audience, delivering an effective presentation. No one is immune from stage fright. Other people just manage it better. Someone with stage presence is able to command the attention of their peers, take control of a difficult situation, or be able to powerfully persuade. It is inclusive of everything from the body posture to the tone of your speech.
The fourth principle in speech delivery, facial expressions, gestures, and movement. Delivering a speech is not only about the words that you say, nor the message you want to relay, but it is also about the subtle things such as having a serious face when delivering a serious message, or hand gestures towards the audience. This is what we call non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is a key element in speech delivery for many reasons. The main reason, which is they add life to the speaker's presentation. Without this, the speaker may look unpleasant or uninteresting while delivering, and therefore affect the impact of the speech. Although it is important to include bodily movements in a speech, it must be used within the right time or limited, such as emphasizing certain points, because it will become a distraction, causing harm to the speech rather than benefit.
Last but not the least, our fifth principle of speech delivery is the audience rapport. When we say rapport, it is a close and harmonious relationship in which the people or groups are concerned are in sync with each other, so they understand each other's feelings or ideas and be able to communicate smoothly. It was pointed out previously that the most important aid in establishing a connection with the listeners is an audience analysis. Using this data, one is able to write a speech that would appeal to the audiences. Also, because of the same data, one will know how to deliver the message to the audience and connect with them at a deeper level. It is how the speakers establish rapport or connection with their audiences. Did it work? Did the audience get the message that the speaker was trying to convey?
Tools for an effective speech delivery. First, how they approach their audience. How formally does a speaker talk to his or her audience? This depends on the situation. Like in a business meeting with his or her co-workers and business partners, the speaker must present himself or herself formally with them, because if not, they might find him or her unpleasant or not suited for the job. Second, how they connect with their audience. Non-verbal communication such as body movements, facial expressions, and eye contact can be used to the advantage of the speaker in order to have a connection with his or her audience. Third, how they present themselves. How confident did the speaker present him or herself? How is her posture? Is she or he standing upright? Or he or she is slouching that the audience may find unpleasing? Fourth, how do you use their voice in terms of volume? Is it loud enough that the audience can hear, but not too loud that the audience cannot bear? Is the pitch alright? Is it too high that it may itch in the ears? Or is it too low that the audience cannot hear anything?
Here are some tips for effective speech delivery. Please pause to read.
Balls hanging low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot.